Shalom. Shalom. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahushai. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Peace and blessings to the whole. It's the brother Hawashai Zion coming in the spirit, power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachal Kodash. Today, man, I'm going to be breaking into the tribe of Benjamin. All right? And we do give double honors to the elders at Great Millstone who taught us the truth, man. So I'm going to start with a little bit about the region of Benjamin, and then we'll get into this physical attributes, so on and so forth, of this tribe. All right? 1 second, Akim. All right. This is the book of the Holman Bible Atlas. All right, check this out. This is page number 88. And it says, Benjamin, it says, received a small but strategic allotment located between two powerful neighboring tribes, Ephraim and Judah. Benjamin's territory says centered on a depression or saddle that begins south of Bethel and continues to Jerusalem. The land is fertile and reasonably well watered, except along the eastern edge. Benjamin controlled important routes. And before I even get into that, man, let's get into what the name of Benjamin is, all right? Benjamin, this is the book of Nelson's Illustrated Bible Dictionary, page 155. It says Benjamin means son of the right. Ban means son. It means right. Okay. So it says the name of 3 or 4 Testament. Jacob's young son, born to his favorite wife, Rachel. Genesis 35, 18 and 24. After giving birth to Benjamin, the dying Rachel named him Ben-Oni, which means son of my pain. But Jacob renamed him Benjamin, okay, which means son of the right. Okay, and a lot of the it's constantly about destruction of Babylon. All right, hence the song that I'm playing right now is from Barrington Levy. Okay, is his name, and this was back in 1983. Okay, so I mean that's just what it's about. Benjamin shall raven like a wolf. Anyways, let's keep going on. It says Benjamin because Benjamin was the only surviving son of Rachel. When his sons went to Egypt in search of food to relive a famine, Jacob was reluctant to let Benjamin go with them. It is apparent that Joseph also loved Benjamin, his only full brother. It says during this trip, Joseph ordered that his silver cup be planted in Benjamin's sack. The reaction of Jacob and Benjamin's brother shows the great love they had for Benjamin. Genesis 44. Benjamin had 5 sons, 2 grandsons, and he became the founder of the tribe. Okay, and there's a lot of different attributes that I'm going to get into the scriptures as well. Let's go to 1 Chronicles 7 and 6. All right, 1 Chronicles 7 and 6. The sons of Benjamin, Bela, Basher, Jediel, 3, and the sons of Bela, Esbon, and Uzi, and Uziziel, and Jeremoth, in Eri, 5 heads of the house of their fathers, mighty men of valor, and were reckoned by their genealogies 20,034. Okay, so that's powerful stuff. Let's keep going more about this. Get some more scripture. Genesis 46 and 21. And the sons of Benjamin, it says, it says Garehi and Rosh, Mophin and Hupin and Ard. It says these are the sons of Rachel, which were born to Jacob. All the souls were 14. Okay, so that's really just talking about the sons of Benjamin. Now let's go to Genesis 49. More about these, because remember, man, like I got the brother McQuad about to do a video on Omen Nomen. All right, or Slakia. Omen Nomen means basically you live up to your name. All right, so names are prophetic, man. You know, like Jacob, supplanter. Okay, and also Yahweh Shai, which means he's the deliverer, which that's what he is. So let's go to this here about Benjamin. All right, this is the book of Genesis. All right, Judah, Zebulun, Issachar, Dan, Gad, Joseph, Jacob, and I'm going to get this tribe as well. Matter of fact, it's in 49. I'm just checking my things here. 1 second, Akim. All right. So Benjamin here is here it goes. Genesis 35 as well. But let's get Genesis 49 and 27. There we go. Benjamin, it says, shall raven as a wolf. It mean to speak out or also to rip in two. But in this here, it means to speak out. And what is a wolf, man? They go in packs. Okay? Wolves are in packs, man. That Benjamin is known for that, man. You know, there was a group called, I forgot the name of the group, but it was Israelite. They were saying, I'm an Israelite or something to that nature. And it's all about freedom from oppression, man. Especially, you know, with Bob Marley. Look at Bob Marley, you know. Speaking about freedom from oppression. His album named Exodus. Like, this is the sentiment around the island. You know, Benjamin shall raven as a wolf in the morning. He shall devour the prey. And at night he shall divide the spoil. Okay, so raven as a wolf, it could mean to speak out or to tear. So when Benjamin gets a hold of something, they go and tear their ass up. You know, that's just how they are. They take it and run with it. That's a powerful tribe. But yeah, if you look up the word raven, R-A-V-I-N, that's pretty much the definitions you're going to get. You know, to tear or to cry out. All right, so raven as a wolf in the morning. In the morning, he shall devour the prey. All right, let's get more. Benjamin, the tribe of, this is page 155 in the Nelson's Illustrated Bible Dictionary. Okay, it says the tribe descended from Benjamin. Numbers 1:36 and 37. It says its northern boundary ran westward from the Jordan River through Bethel and just south of the lower Beth Horon. Its western boundary picked up at this point in Karaj Jarim. Its southern border ran eastward to the northern point of the Dead Sea, and its easternmost limit was the Jordan River. The chief towns, it says, in this hilly, fertile region were Jerusalem, Jericho, Bethel, Gibeon, Geba, and Mizpah. Saul, Israel's first king, was a Benjamite. Remember that, man. The first king of Israel, man. Okay? Was a Benjamite. And the Benjamites supported Saul over David. 2 Samuel 2 and 9, 15 and 1. Or Salaki and 15. It says, although the Benjamites continued to show some unrest throughout David's reign, it says most of the tribe remained loyal to the house of David and became part of the southern kingdom of Judah when Israel divided into two nations, and that's in 1 Kings 12 and 21. Ezra 4:1. Saul of Tarsus, who later became known as the Apostle Paul, was a Benjamite. Okay, so he was a Benjamite, man. Call all y'all Basham Yahushai. Let me see here more. So we got Genesis 35:18 about his name was Ban Yamyan, son of the right. Okay, and I would like to say that's like son of the righteous. Okay, and Jacob loved Rachel, man. You know. Let's keep going. Okay, Deuteronomy 33:12. Let's get this. Deuteronomy 33:12. Let's get that. It says, and Benjamin, he said, the beloved of the Lord of Yahweh shall dwell in safety by him. Dwell between his shoulders. Okay, so the Heavenly Father loves Benjamin, man. Culture on West Indian culture. West. Salakia for this internet, man. Trip. Get it? West Indian culture, West Indies, Britannica.com. Let's see what we find. It says West Indies, Spanish, Indias. All right, Encyclopedia Britannica. This is some of the information on here. Okay. And let's get another thing about Jamaica. So it would be Jamaica, the Bahamas, Bermuda, and so on and so forth. Shalom, Akim, Yahbashem Yashai, Brakatah, Shalom. All right, so the West Indies, man. Let's get that. Name of Jamaica or Jamaica Plain. Okay, this is also to know. So it says there are a number of theories regarding the origin of the name Jamaica Plain. It says a well-known theory traces the origin of Jamaica rum, a reference to Jamaican cane sugar's role in the triangle trade of sugar, rum, and slaves. So that's another reason why you don't want to name yourself Jamaican, man. You know what I'm saying? Basically calling yourself a damn slave, man. You know, that shit is crazy. That's bugged out, man. All right, colonial era. It says shortly after the founding of Boston and Roxbury in 1630, William Heath's family and 3 others settled on the land just south of Parker Hill in what is now Jamaica Plain. In the next few years, William Curtis, John May, and others set up farms nearby the Stony Brook. It says which flowed. This is north of Turtle Pond. All right. It says, let's keep going down. In the late 17th century, the name Jamaica first appears for the area of Roxbury between Stony Brook and Great Pond. There are a number of different theories regarding the origin of the name Jamaica Plain, and well-known traces back to the origin of Jamaica rum, a reference to Jamaican cane sugar's role in the triangle trade of sugar, rum, and slaves. Another explanation is that Jamaica, though a different letter A pronunciation, is an I can't even say that shit. Anglicization. So it says, or Anglification. It says refers to modifications made to foreign words, names, and phrases to make them easier to spell, pronounce, basically like slang, all right? It says of the name Kumakin. Chamakan, which was regent for the young Chickasaw Sachem, chief of the Massachusetts tribe. So there you go, man. 8 tribes, man. Okay, so basically Jamaican could also be short for Chickasaw Sachem. So they just saying Jamaican. Y'all just Jamaican. Shit, crazy. It says on some maps in the mid-19th century, the area was marked as Jamaica Plains. Okay. Let's keep going down. Let's see what else we find. Okay. In 1775, troops from Rhode Island and Connecticut, that's where I'm located, were quartered with residents of Jamaica Plain. General Washington, it says, stationed troops. It says Weld Hill, today's Boosie Hill, and Arnold Arboretum. Salakia for the pronunciations. This shit is bugged the fuck out, man. You know, we don't be pronouncing words like this. So it says, the units protected the road south of Dedham, Center Street. All right, there's not really nothing on that. Let me see more about Jamaica. Because I know there's a lot of Chinese people out there in Jamaica, and there was a revolution as well. Okay. Let's see, Jamaica. I just want to get straight to this. Because I know they're mighty men of war, man. And that's just what it is. Let's go back here. Okay, here we go. Here's some more stuff on Jamaica. This is just one of the places, you know. People from Trinidad, it's the same shit. So they're all lumped in together. Jamaica says it's an island country situated in the Caribbean Sea, spanning 10,990 square kilometers, roughly 4,140 square miles. In its area, it's the 3rd largest island in the Greater Antilles. It says the Greater Antilles is a grouping of the larger islands in the Caribbean Sea: Cuba, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, and the Cayman Islands. And a lot of them people from Cayman, they're the tribe of Benjamin. In the 4th largest island country in the Caribbean, Jamaica lies about 145 kilometers south of Cuba, all right, west of Hispaniola, and they're between, and really if you look at the plains, if you look at Jamaica, or Salakia, if you look at Benjamin, he was right between Ephraim, what was it? Let me see what he say in the actual grouping here of where he was, where he's located. All right, this is Holman Bible Atlas. It says Benjamin received a small but strategic allotment located between 2 powerful neighboring tribes, Ephraim and Judah. Benjamin's territory centered on a depression or a saddle that begins south of Bethel and continues to Jerusalem. The land is fertile and except along the eastern edge. Benjamin controlled important routes: the main north-south route of Western Highlands, the Ridge Road that ran along the crest of the mountains, just ran through Benjamin. That's pretty much it on that. You know, but I just wanted to say, you know, the neighbors, Benjamites were renowned warriors, it says, noted for their abilities with the sling. Judges 20:15 through 17, Genesis 49 and 27. Their abilities with the sling, and that will take you to that, what I said before. He shall raven like a wolf. You know, he will devour the prey. So he can fight. You know, it's a warrior tribe. There's no doubt about it. Genesis 49 and 27. Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. So it could mean either rip in two like a wolf. In the morning he devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil. And like I said, it could also mean to call out. So it says Benjamin's tribal sympathies lay with her northern neighbors, Ephraim and Manasseh. With her northern neighbors, Ephraim and Manasseh. And it's the same thing today, man. Benjamin is south of Ephraim and Manasseh, man, which is so-called Cuba. I just read it. It's right there. Okay? Look, Jamaica lies about 145 kilometers south of Cuba, where Manasseh is. So Benjamin's south of Cuba, man. That's crazy, you know. So it's basically everything is a nomen, right? They are living up to the name, and that's exactly what it was, man. That's crazy, you know. They're living up basically to their tribal heritage. That's how you can tell who the tribes are, man. Previously inhabited by the indigenous Arawak and Taino peoples, the island became under Spanish rule following the arrival of Christopher Columbus in 1494. Many of the indigenous people died of disease, and the Spanish transplanted so-called African slaves, which is really Israelites, to Jamaica as laborers. The island remained a possession of Spain until 1655, when England, later Great Britain, conquered it and renamed it Jamaica. Under British colonial rule, Jamaica became a leading sugar exporter, with its plantation economy high dependent on African slaves, which is really Israelites. The British fully emancipated all slaves, which really emancipation just means a transfer of ownership. All slaves in 1838, and many freedmen chose to have subsistence farms rather than to work on plantations. It says the island achieved independence from the United Kingdom on August 1962. Let's keep going. It says beginning in the 1840s, the British utilized Chinese and Indian indentured labor to work on plantations. So they was working for money, basically. But there was, you know, that's pretty much slaves, a glorified slave, man. It says with 2.9 million people, Jamaica is the third most populous country in the Americas after the United States and Canada, and the fourth most populous country in the Caribbean. Kingston is country's capital and largest city, with a population of 937,700. Jamaicans mainly have African ancestry, which is really Israel, with significant European, Chinese, Indian, Lebanese, and mixed race minorities. Ain't nobody mixed, okay? There's a bunch of people out there making money off of us. Due to a high rate of immigration for work since the 1960s, Jamaica has a large diaspora around the world, particularly in Canada and the United States. So yeah, people were trying to get the hell up out of there to get some money. Jamaica is a Commonwealth realm with Queen Elizabeth II as its monarch. Isn't that bullshit? That's against the scriptures. You're not supposed to have no woman or any other foreign nation over the kings of Israel, over the men of Israel. That's crazy. And head of state. Her appointed representative in the country is the Governor General of Jamaica, an office held by Sir Patrick Allen since 2009. That's bullshit. Andrew Holness has served as the head of government and Prime Minister of Jamaica from March 2016. Jamaica is parliamentary constitutional monarchy, is a parliamentary constitutional monarchy with legislative power vested in the bicameral Parliament of Jamaica. Damn, that's a tongue twister like a motherfucker. Excuse my language. Consisting of an appointed Senate and a directly elected House of Representatives. See, they putting that damn wickedness on our people, man. Okay. Says, let's keep going. So they got a House of Representatives, everything like that. Let's get etymology. Okay. It says the indigenous people, the Taino, called the island Xaymaca in Arawakan, meaning land of wood and water, or the land of springs. So it says, colloquially, Jamaicans refer to their home island as the Rock. Slang means such as jam rock, jam down, jam dung in Jamaican patois, or briefly, ja, have derived from this. So basically, they're pretty much saying that, you know, the Taino Indians, the indigenous people Taino, called the island Xaymaca, Xaymaca. So it's like, you know, that's how they get that word. And it says land of wood and water, or land of springs. Okay, which we know that that's a fertile land, and just like it was back in the days, man. You know, out on this side of things. Okay, and they're also south of Manasseh and Ephraim, just like they was last time. Just like they were last time, man. Hey, man, that's an omen nomen, man. It's the same thing if they're living up to the name. All right, that's why you gotta study, man. Spanish rule. Okay. Okay, it's a Christopher Columbus claimed Jamaica for Spain after landing there in 1494. His probable landing point was dry harbor called Discovery Bay. In St. Anne's Bay was named St. Gloria by Columbus as the first sighting of the land. In a half kilometers west of St. Anne's Bay, the site of the first Spanish settlement on the island of Sevilla, which was established in 1509 and abandoned around 1524 because it was deemed unhealthy. It says the capital was moved to Spanish Town and was called Saint Jago de la Vega around 1534 at present day Catherine. See, they just, a lot of that shit, man, is a bunch of Edomites, man. Jamaica been just torn up, man. Our people been torn up, man. This shit is crazy. The Irish in Jamaica also formed a large part of the island's early population, making up 2/3 of the so-called white population on the island in the late 17th century, twice that of the English population. They were brought in as indentured laborers and soldiers after the conquest of Jamaica by Cromwell's forces in 1655. The majority of the Irish transported by force as political prisoners of war, basically slaves, and as a result of ongoing wars of the three kingdoms at the time. Migration of large numbers Irish to the island continued into the 18th century. Jews were expelled from Spain in 1492. They forcibly converted to Christianity in Portugal during the period of persecution by the Inquisition. Yeah, Spanish Inquisition. It's fucking wicked as fuck. Slovakia. Some Spanish and Portuguese Jewish refugees went to the Netherlands and England, from there to Jamaica. Others were part of the Iberian colonization of the New World, and after It's like after overtly converting to Catholicism. That's why a lot of people out there are Catholics. St. Catherine, and they're going to the Catholic Church. This shit is just terrible, man. As only Catholics were allowed in the Spanish colonies. By 1660, Jamaica had become a refuge for Jews in the New World, also attracting those who had been expelled from Spain and Portugal. An early group of Jews arrived in 1510, soon after the son of Christopher Columbus settled on the island, primarily working as merchants and traders. The Jewish community, which is bullshit, it says, was forced to live in a clandestine life, calling themselves Portugals. Okay, let me keep going. What the fuck? Port Royal. Yeah, there's so much in here about this. Okay, it says calling themselves Portugals. After the British took over rule of Jamaica, the Jews decided that the best defense against Spain's regaining control was to encourage making the colony a base for Caribbean pirates. With the pirates installed in Port Royal, which became the largest city in the Caribbean, the Spanish would be deterred from attacking. The British leaders agreed with the viability on the strategy and forestall outside aggression. When the English captured Jamaica in 1655, the Spanish colonists fled after freeing their slaves. So yeah, man, this is crazy. So there's a lot of slaves that were freed, man, after that fight. There's a lot of fighting out there. It says the slaves dispersed into the mountains, joining the Maroons. Those who had previously escaped, let's see what else, to live with the Taino native people. So there you go, man. That's why you got the blending of the tribes like that. That's why they got Morenos and all this other shit. They called them. Joining the Maroons, those who had previously escaped to live with the Taino native people. During the centuries of slavery, Maroons established free communities in the mountainous interior of Jamaica. So that's crazy because the interior, that's just like here. This is old school, back in the day. In the book of Joshua, chapter 18, it says Benjamin's territory centered on a depression or a saddle that begins south of Bethel and continues to Jerusalem. So you can actually look at the region of Benjamin. I don't know if y'all can see this here, but I'm going to show you. Okay. That's kind of what it looks like, this open plain, if you can see it. Okay. Slakia, brothers. Shit. Oh, 1 second. Alright, so yeah, man, that's what it looked like, you know? Let's keep going on. During its first 200 years of British rule, Jamaica became one of the world's leading sugar exporting, slave-dependent colonies, producing more than 77,000 tons of sugar annually between 1820 and 1824. Going right back to the fact that Benjamin had fertile land, okay? Along with some of the things that, you know, they're revolting and everything like that, because I know that there was an uprising. It says the name is still used today by modern Maroon descendants who have certain rights and autonomy at the community of Accompong. It says the Jamaican Maroons fought the British during the 18th century. It says under treaties of 1738 and 1739, the British agreed to stop trying to round them up in exchange for their leaving the colonial settlements alone. are leaving the colonial settlements alone, but serving if needed for military actions. Some of the communities were broken up, it says, and the British deported Maroons to Nova Scotia and later Sierra Leone. The name, that's how you got so-called Jamaicans living in, these different territories, man. Okay? Sierra Leone is a republic. It's a country in West Africa. It is bordered by Guinea to the northeast, Liberia, says to the southeast of the Atlantic Ocean, to the southwest. It has tropical climate with a diverse environment ranging from savanna to rainforests. That's just some information. Nova Scotia is one of Canada's 3 maritime provinces and one of the 4 provinces that form Atlantic Canada. So yeah, so they deported Maroons, which is Jamaican people, so-called Jamaicans and West Indians, all right, to Nova Scotia and Sierra Leone. The name is still used today by Maroon descendants. Okay, and that's just a little bit of information on the tribe of Benjamin, man. Let's get some more on. Let's get information on Trinidad. All right, let's get this here. The culture of Trinidad and Tobago, or Tobago as they want to be called. Don't call them Tobago, Salakia. They'll flip on you if you say that shit. I've been to their house, trust me. The culture of Trinidad and Tobago is diverse and influenced by native Caribbean, Indian, African, Portuguese, Spanish, which it's not African, with nothing African about it one bit. All right, these are Israelite people. Okay. It says Portuguese, Spanish, Chinese, Arab, and French cultures alike. It's true. They're all up in there. They're all mixed together. And they are mixed together. A lot of them are actually, I knew a guy who was a pastor. Pastor Diamond, his name is. And he's in Tobago. And he talks with an accent from over there. He can speak patois. But he's a straight up, he's from the tribe, he's from Elam, He's from the nation of Elam. He's so-called East Indian. Says a large number of cultures have influenced the evolution of the Trinidad and Tobago culture. The distinct cultures that have a major influence on culture Trinidad and Tobago are Indian, African, so-called African, which is, like I said, Portuguese, Amerindian, Spanish, Chinese, and others. The country's links with the United Kingdom have left a major impact on its culture. And English is widely spoken across the nation, because obviously they was conquered by the English. There was also a distinct difference between the histories and culture of Trinidad and Tobago, and regional differences in the country as well. Here we inspect some of the basic aspects associated with the culture of Trinidad and Tobago and social beliefs. So as you can see, it looks like they got these Arawak Indian statues. Let me show you something. You can see that. All right, hopefully you can see that. See that little statue? That joint looked crazy, man. It looked like a Taino Indian chief or something like that, or Arawak Indian chief. Roman Catholicism, Hinduism, and Islam are the major religions in Trinidad and Tobago. The Anglicans, Sikhs, Jews, Buddhists, Presbyterians, Methodist African religion, and some of the smaller religious groups in the country. The fastest growing religious groups in Trinidad and Tobago are the Spiritual Baptist, Yoruba, says Orisha faith, and of two Afro-Caribbeans. These dumbass people, man. Call themselves Afro-Caribbean. Stupid ass niggas, man. This is American-style fundamentalists and evangelical churches are also gaining popularity in the country. So it says the carnival, which was introduced in Trinidad and Tobago by the French, is one of the biggest public celebrations in the island nation, which really, carnival is pretty much like a big sexual thing of wickedness. It's wicked as shit, man. Originally celebrated by the elite class, which obviously is not Israel, the practice spread into the free population after the abolition of slavery in 1838. It wasn't even that far. That was not even that far away, man. And people are talking about get over it and shit, man. Most High can kill their ass. Christmas is also celebrated in the country when parang, a traditional style of music, is played, and pastel, fruit cake, black cake, sweet breads are eaten. The Hindu festivals of Diwali, some other shit, and Shivratri are also celebrated in the country with great pomp and glory. Wow. Muslims observe Hosei, which is the local form of Shia Muslim remembrance of Muharram. Wow, man. They gotta get put to death. So yeah, this is basically the music there is pretty much it says here, it is Afro-Caribbean music style spread from the country to other parts of the Caribbean and Venezuela. It is traced back to the arrival of African slaves, which is Israelite slaves, with the French planters in the 18th century. Obviously, Israel. Another music style that evolved in Trinidad and Tobago is the soca. It says, which is a blend of Indian music and rhythms with the calypso. All right. That's that Caribbean vibe music, that chilling out vibe, man, you know? So calypso and soca in the 1970s grew out of social unrest in the country. It says, is the Rospo, some shit. It says a combination of Latin American and Caribbean style music gave birth to parang. All right, theater and literature. All right, a couple things on that. So y'all brothers can check it out yourself. I mean, you know, just look at the culture and everything, line it up, man. And the way that they fought against the British, you know, because they were warriors, man. You know, and they whooped their fucking ass so bad they had to give them independence. I mean, that's crazy. You know, and the songs are all about slavery, Benjamin. All right, all the West Indian culture songs was all about slavery, the destruction of Babylon. I mean, it goes on and on. You know, hey, Lord willing, this was edifying. It's just a small look into the tribe of Benjamin. There's a lot more that y'all could do and research it yourself. I just wanted to bring out some things, you know, the name, everything like that. Benjamin, the Omen Nomen. Okay, son of the right, you know, son of the right. And that was a favorite, man. That was a favorite tribe, you know, and that was, like I said, Rachel's only surviving son. So, call Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachal Kodash. Lord willing, y'all learn a little something about the tribe of Benjamin. And y'all could go into it yourselves, you know what I'm saying, like I said, and get more information on it. And just want to say shalom to the hopeful elect.